Hey everybody, the guy in the overalls. I've got a little story I want to talk to you about. It goes back to my early childhood days in northwest Florida. I was raised in a little sleepy sawmill town by the name of Century, Florida, about 40 miles north of Pensacola. Well, alright, I'm going to lead you into my story, but to begin with, I feel like for you to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, to let me give you a little background first. My father was a country doctor, worked down there in Century for over 40 years, and he's been long gone. But at any rate, my father dealt with many people. I asked him one time, I said, "Dad, how many of the people do you know around here?" He said, "Well, son, everybody under 35 years old, from there down on." He said, "I bring them into the world, I help them out of the world, either way." But Dad knew a lot of people, and amongst these people, that he always had a fondness for the well, not just any particular people, everyone, but the farmers down around in the area, especially some of his friends who were over around Jay, Florida, and Shamuckla, a little community below Jay, over in Santa Rosa County. Mind you now, that was some pretty, and still is some pretty major farming country in Santa Rosa County, Florida. Well, at any rate, Dad related this story to me one time about one of the farmers. Old farmer, his wife indicated to him that she would like to have some wild turkey eggs. Put them under one of her chickens out there in their chicken coop and let the chicken hatch them. Probably a little old banty chicken. They were good about doing that. But the wife indicated to her husband she'd like to have some turkeys hatched from these eggs. So the old farmer, he thought he was going to pull a good joke on his wife. He went out and he found him a buzzard roost. Good gracious, he proceeded to get some buzzard eggs. He was going to pull a joke on his wife, you know. Well, at any rate, the farmer got the buzzard eggs and went back home and told his wife, "Honey, I've got you some wild turkey eggs." Took them out there, put them under a banty hen to set on, and at any rate, old farmer was just laughing, you know. He thought, boy, this was just going to be the grandest joke on his wife when those eggs hatched. Well, at any rate, several days went by, and the old farmer came in from working in the fields, old hot, sweaty sun, and lo and behold, his wife had put a most wonderful supper on the table for the farmer. Well, at the end of the nice meal, the wife brought out a beautiful pound cake, according to what the farmer indicated. And the farmer ate a slice. Oh, it was so good. And he even ate a second slice. And his wife said, "Honey, you really like that pound cake?" And the farmer said, "Honey, it's very good." She said, "Well, do you notice anything different?" The farmer, he sat there for a moment. He said, "Well, it's excellent, but I don't really notice anything different." She said, the farmer's wife said, "Well, honey, I ran out of chicken eggs, and I just thought on the spur of the moment that I'd use some of those wild turkey eggs that you brought in from the woods. So I used 2 or 3 of them that make that pound cake." Dad said that old farmer, all he could do was shake his head and say, "Buzzard." Good gracious, folks, I'm going to tell you something. I love a good joke as much as anybody, but it just goes to show you we better be careful, because there's always the possibility a joke will come back and bite us on the rear end. It sure did for that old farmer right there. I know my father laughed about that. Well, I guess, you know, you have a good laugh on that one, I hope, folks. That's something that took place many years ago during my childhood. Boy, I treasure those old memories. Well, just remember one thing, folks, like I always tell you, you be what you is, Be what you is, because if you be what you ain't, then you ain't what you is. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you again. Appreciate your time.